The Supreme Court stopped short of staying the Waqf Act after an undertaking from the government. The centre agreed to not make any new appointments or change the status of the current Waqf properties. The government needs to respond in 7 days to a batch of petitions challenging the new legislation. Ashmit Kumar is here with the details. Ashmit, could you please take us through the court's interim order?
Well, a whole host of petitions being considered by the Apex Court in a huge day as far as the life of this newly passed bill is concerned. Again, newly passed by the Parliament, now facing challenges, constitutional challenges before the highest court of the country. Now, bear in mind that these proceedings began yesterday, and then there were two critical aspects that the Apex Court had pointed out. Two aspects. Number one was Waqf by user being discontinued. Waqf by user, of course, being the legal doctrine under the earlier Act, which allowed for a property which had been recognized as Waqf to continue as Waqf, provided it's been used for religious or charitable purposes over an extended period of time. This practice, this doctrine is being discontinued under the Act. The question that was posed by the Apex Court to the government is that how is it that the centre is now insisting on some form of registration for recognition as a Waqf property when a lot of these properties, which are Waqf by user, have been going on for the last hundreds of years. In fact, the Supreme Court had given the example of Jama Masjid and said that 14th and 15th centuries when this entire mosque had in fact been constructed. How is it that the government now in 2025 is asking for registration? And these are the questions which were raised by the Apex Court in asking how the centre can travel back through this law hundreds of years and ask for documentation going back hundreds of years. Again, another second point that the Apex Court had raised is that what about the question as far as going forward, as far as non-Muslim members of the council and Waqf boards are concerned? In fact, the question, the direct question that was posed to the centre by the Apex Court is that Hindu endowments, will the centre now provide for Muslims to be a part of the managing committee of a Hindu endowment? These are questions that were posed. Now, in response to this, the centre came back to say that it is willing to make two key concessions. It's willing to give an undertaking that no fresh appointments, no fresh non-Muslim appointments will be made to the Waqf boards as well as the council. And the second key undertaking was that the status of Waqf properties as it exists right now will not be denotified under the new Act. And it is only after recording these two undertakings that the Apex Court has said that, fine, we will not stay the Act as of right now, but we'll put on record these two undertakings that the centre has given. The centre has now been allowed 7 days' time to respond to these challenges, and that's when we'll begin to get more clarity on the road forward as far as the new Waqf Act is concerned.